Hey y'all. Ooh, we're Friday. Finally Friday. Not that that means a lot to some people because they still have to work through the weekend or whatever it may be. They may just work weekend. So it is Friday. It's another warm day out there. The temperature just keeps rising from what we had the two really, really nice days at the beginning of the week. It is very warm. So if you're outside, stay hydrated. Um, Stay cool as possible. Don't overexert yourself. Do what you have to do earlier in the morning or later in the evening. Um, those of you who signed up for our med class that is tomorrow, please remember to be here at 8 a.m. We will have donuts and sausage rolls for you, and then we will provide lunch as well, and there will be snacks provided by Genesis Home Health. So we will take care of you tomorrow. Just be sure and be here at 8 a.m. so we can get started on time and get to learning all the things that we need to learn tomorrow. So if you have any questions about that, you can call me at 918-399-5956, and I'll try and answer them as best I can. Keith and his wife are on their way up here now. So we will have them here with us at 8 o'clock in the morning. So please be sure and be here if you signed up for that class. And if you haven't sent me your paperwork, please bring your paperwork with you because Keith has to have those for his files before he gets started. So thank you all for who has signed up, and I hope we have a great class tomorrow. I know we're going to learn great things, so just show up tomorrow at 8, please. Today, I struggled with what I wanted to do, and you can tell my thoughts are scattered. I'm kind of struggling today. It's been a week for me, and a lot of things just going on that are beyond my control, and I'm learning to just let them go if they're beyond my control, but some days that's hard to do. So today, I asked the Lord, I was like, Lord, I need a word from you today. This morning, I didn't really feel like he spoke anything of significance to me, just some stuff that I needed to hear. So when I got to work, I went and watered flowers, filled up the water trough for the cows, and just prayed. And I said, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and I need your help. And I write in my Bible. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I write in my Bible a lot. I highlight. I write. I put little sticky notes in my Bible. It says, do not let this be you. Know that God has so much for you. Just a little reminders to myself as I need to look through and just find what I need. And on this page right here, I wrote, undiscouraged and undefeated. So that stuck out to me. So I started reading and the verses that was tied to, and the Lord just spoke and said, let's just talk about this today. So I am in Ephesians 6, and we have gone over the whole armor of God many, many times, so it's not, I'm at the end of that. I'm at the end of those verses, and I'm going to be in verse 18, where it says, pray at all times and on every occasion in the power of the Holy Spirit. Stay alert and be persistent in your prayers for all Christians everywhere. And pray for me too. Ask God to give me the right words as I boldly explain God's secret plan, that the good news is for the Gentiles too. I am in chains now for preaching this message as God's ambassador, but pray I will keep speaking boldly for him as I should. And I took that to heart this afternoon, or when I was at my desk reading that, I took it to heart that the Lord was speaking directly to me, that I don't need to be. Because in my study Bible on verse 18, it says, how can anyone pray at all times? One way is to make quick, brief prayers your habitual response to every situation you meet throughout the day. Another way is to order your life around God's desires and teachings so that your very life becomes a prayer. You don't have to isolate yourself from other people and from daily work in order to pray constantly. You can make prayer your life and your life a prayer while living in a world that needs God's powerful influence. We also should pray for all believers in Christ. So pray that Christians pray for the Christians and for the church around the world. And then for verse 6:19, it says, undiscouraged and undefeated, Paul wrote powerful letters of encouragement from prison. Undiscouraged and undefeated. That's what I need to be. I need to be undiscouraged and undefeated. I need to not let what's going on defeat me. I need to not let people's words defeat me. Because in Ephesians 6, it states very plainly, verse 12, for we are not fighting against people made of flesh and blood, but against the evil rulers of the authorities of the unseen world, against those mighty powers of darkness who rule this world, and against wicked spirits in the heavenly realms. That's who we're fighting. We're not fighting people. We're not fighting situations. We're fighting those spirits that are trying to come up against us. And we need to be undiscouraged and undefeated in that. And we need to be able to boldly, but pray that I will keep on speaking boldly for him. That should be our prayer for ourselves. I pray that I will continue to speak boldly for him as I should. Some days that's very hard. When the world is crashing down around you and you feel like you have no way out, you feel like you're suffocating because of all the pressures that's been put on you, it's hard to boldly speak for him. But that's when all he asks us is to say 3 little words, Lord, help me. Those 3 little words bring him right to us, bring his help right to us, and he walks through the situation with us. There are things that we're going to come up against that we cannot, no matter what we do, we can't control them. And we need to realize that God's controlling them, and we need to be obedient to him. We need to realize when the enemy is trying to control us, and we need to rebuke and walk away from that. We can control that. We can rebuke the enemy. We have that power. We have to stay alert and be persistent in your prayers for all Christians everywhere. We need to encourage one another. We need to love on one another a little bit more. And the sticky note that I had over here is talking about, it's in Galatians 5, verse 26. Let us not become conceited or irritate one another or be jealous of one another. How often do we like to irritate people? Just because we don't appreciate what they're doing, or we think that they've overstepped their bounds, or we think that they can't stay in their own lane. How often do we want to irritate those? I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that boldly speaks and prays for that person. And the Lord's working on me with that. Because there are some people in your life that are never going to stay in their own lane. They, for whatever reason, just can't do it. They always have to be the superhero. They have to be the one that fixes everything for everybody, and they're never going to stay in their own lane. Never. You have to accept that. You have to know that God has bigger things for you. And his plan for you is better than anything that you could ever imagine or conceive. So we need to understand that we're not fighting against one another. We're fighting against the principalities of darkness, of evil. And we need to quit allowing that to use us. We need to stand strong and be strong in our faith, and be bold and be undiscouraged and undefeated. So I pray that this weekend you just have a great, great weekend. If you're looking for something to do, our very own Sheridan that sings in our praise team is going to be performing tonight and tomorrow night at the Bristow Rodeo at their Western Heritage Days. They will have a parade tomorrow. They bring in the cattle. They do a cattle drive and all of that. They will do that tomorrow. But Sheridan will be performing tonight and tomorrow. Trick riding, fancy riding, Roman, I don't know all of it. I just know that she's pretty amazing. And she's come so far from teaching herself how to do this. She's got beautiful ponies, and you will be blessed by watching her. So if you don't have anything to do tonight, I know that Bristow has their first scrimmage tonight as well, and they'll be in Perkins for football. So that's where I will be, because it's Canaan's senior year, and man alive, I don't know how we got here so fast. But so if you don't have anything to do, go down to Bristow, watch that rodeo. It'll be a great time. And they're also having a barnyard scramble, I think is what they're calling it. And you can let your kids go out there, and whatever they catch, they get to keep. I don't know how great that is. I don't know if you want a chicken, a duck, or dog, or cat, or I know Cora has been collecting lots of things, so just know if you want to let your kids participate in that, go do that as well. It'll be a great time. It'll be a great family outing if you want to do something fun tonight. So I hope that you will have a great weekend, that you will join us Sunday at 9 or 11. Keith Spanberger will be bringing the message. He is a missionary. He's also the one teaching our medical class this weekend. He is a missionary, does South America missions. He uses these medical classes to fund that. So be sure and come out at 9 and 11. Keith will be singing or bringing the message. Our praise team will be bringing the music. And so come out and join us. Ladies, we will have a meeting at 6 o'clock on Sunday evening as well. I hope to see you guys there. I'd like to see this group grow and do great things. We have a lot of fun. We laugh at each other a lot. And if I have paper and pencil, they're going to gripe at me. So I've got to think of something different this weekend besides making them write on paper and pencil. But we do have a lot of fun. So I hope you'll come out and join us. Again, stay cool. Stay inside if you can, because it's going to be really hot. The heat index is high for the whole weekend. So stay inside if you can. Check on your neighbors. Make sure your animals have water, shade, all of the things. And I hope to see you guys Sunday. And if not, I will see you back on here Monday. And I hope you guys have a great weekend.